They'll be calling you a radical. 31 months ago today, I was in that room right there on the corner here at McKD, the worst hospital in America, bar none. They tried to murder me. They gave me 2 months to live. It was a Friday, 31 months ago today. I want to talk about Fukushima, the cover-up. I want to talk about surviving. First off, anybody who thinks they've got leukemia or whatever, AML leukemia is, Fukushima is going to be a genocide event. There's no doubt. The Pacific genocide, the human genocide, North America. 7 months after Fukushima happened, myself, Paul, Judy, Carla, so many of our group right here all got leukemia at the same time. As now we know that the French map, we got hammered here, and I'm the only one left alive. I went into the emergency room 31 months ago today, and when it hit me, they kept sending me home. I kept arguing with them. These are the worst. The emergency room here, they're building an education center. They need to educate themselves. By the way, the only reason this is here, the old McKD, they lied to everybody for so long, and it's crazy how nobody will step up and sue. I can't get attorneys to support me, as future generations will mitigate. It was full of a staph infection. They killed thousands. Finally admitted the feds made them tear it down. But their culture here is horrific. LDS saved my life. There's several doctors in here. They diagnosed me finally after fighting with them. I was watching the interview with Isaacson, ironically, on Jobs, which one of my daughters ended up being Steve Jobs. This is the great equalizer, and the Fukushima event, the cover-up is the perfect storm, and I'll explain. As I was standing right here, the hardest day of my life was April 24th, 2012, when I had to make the decision on the bone marrow transplant or not. It was so scary waiting for the results. As I ended at LDS Hospital, I will drive 40 miles. I cannot say enough about LDS Hospital. Vincent Hansen, the old Danish philosophy doctor inside here, he's going to retire. He's the only decent person in this entire establishment. Saved my life. My YouTube video, it's just like YouTube. You guys you think that I'm entertainment. You think that this is, no, this is for history. This is to save people's lives. This is the most serious genre, subject matter ever. As the entertainment, tens of hundreds of thousands of views, it's pathetic. No, people don't get it. It was a YouTube video that I found that when these guys had me all wrong. Silverman, the pathologist, should be in jail. All these guys, they went in me when they shouldn't have it. Leukemia could present tumors, and I knew that. Head of the Atomic Veterans, my father, so healthy, incredible specimen. Nuked to death, human guinea pig Nevada test on my patho, curse and spite that I was born to set this right. The cover-up of Fukushima is the perfect storm. Now, me ranting and raving, caring about it day one in incredible accuracy, the historical nature, and this is for Christina right now, Radchick. I want to say something to her and her incredible work. My sunflowers in my front yard, which they grow up big, they volunteer, spread their seeds every year. Of course, we had the hottest summer in history last year, 2013. They died, and out of the side of the stem, they mutated. I have videos of it. They came out. My 30-year-old Austrian pine trees all died. As so many of us two-legged beer-drinking mammals here died. It's sad. It's so sad. This is not entertainment. This is our lives. I laid right here waiting for the results because these quacks, McQuack-D, come right in my hospital room on a Friday night. This Japanese doctor kicked my daughter and her new baby out of our room. I had doctors tell, it was so grotesque what they did to me, over the top. Malpractice I can't get attorneys to sue nobody. Just like TEPCO, Fukushima, General Electric, the perfect storm. And I'll tell you why the cover-up is the perfect storm. The far right this winter, because I did over 100 interviews this winter alone, all teabagger lunatic radicals. They jumped on it because of the anti-Obama thesis. But then they realized, oh, it doesn't meet their Ayn Rand philosophical free market fairy tale dogmatism. The left, their dogmatism, San Francisco hate environmentalists, as there are dogs chasing birds in the federal marsh down there underneath Golden Gate. I have video proof of it. Prisoners mowing the native against federal law because the left is pro-nuclear. The right is pro-nuclear because they've been hijacked, leaving the rest of us to die. The Pacific genocide is very real. This is a genocide event on North America. Cancer rates are spiking dramatically. And to understand the word genocide, look, As Wallace Stegner said, if you think the Germans invented genocide, you know nothing about the American West. Yeah, he was one of my mentors. Radical? Oh yeah. If you think that the Nazis invented genocide, you know nothing about the Armenians in Turkey. Remember Obama said, oh, I'm going to use the word genocide. He got schooled, didn't he? He got in. If you don't believe me, look at the second term. Who his secretary, Gina McCarthy, the cover-up Jacko, all these people. The media plays ball. The media goes along with it because it's the perfect. Because they think they're on the winning team. They think they're above it. This is the great equalizer, Steve Chinese Jobs. One of my doctors was Steve Chinese Jobs' doctors. When I was in there, the eyes interview. By the way, that's bullshit that he should have had the surgery. I turned down the surgery. They wanted to cut and gut me. Vincent Hansen in there, Danish philosophy doctor, a friend of our family's. If it wasn't for him, I'd be dead. Fimbo Peterson at LDS. I cannot say enough about LDS East 8 bone marrow transplant. They saved my, Fimbo Peterson saved my life. Vincent Hansen saved my life. They fought against all these other doctors. I saved my own. I watched a YouTube video with 14 views. That's the serious of this genre. Talking about the carcinoid slicing. As Silverman, he claims he's this great pathologist, dipped it in the wrong solution. I saw a YouTube video, this Dr. Cedars-Sinai said, hey, these guys get it wrong. It's hard to diagnose cancer tumors in the lower right mesentery of men. And any of you that are getting ready to go through this fight, the only way to really know is a bone marrow biopsy. And if the results come back negative, which they did on me, it's your worst nightmare? Yeah. It's horrible. Your whole world has changed forever. These YouTube videos do no justice for what I've been through. What I've been through has been so hardcore and dramatic and so sad. Celeste, who just retired at LDS, said it just like this. She said, Kevin, I've been here 26 years. I prepared your paperwork when you came in. I thought you'd be dead that week. You're the biggest walking miracle I've ever seen walk out of here, ever. My militancy, my fight, my post-ignorance knowledge, my thesis, I knew so much about the disease, cut and gut, they don't care about you. They don't give a fuck. They care about their 15 fucking houses because they think they're on the winning team. They don't realize that this is the great equalizer. The cover-up of Fukushima is very real. As Alice said in the Battle of Chernobyl in 2006, long before Fukushima happened, the greatest lie, the greatest thing to come out of that meltdown at Chernobyl was not plutonium, was not cesium, it was lies. I say it like this. The greatest thing to come out of Fukushima, Japan, is not the triple, quadruple meltdown at Fukushima, Japan. It is lies on Balco. It is Lance Armstrong swinging, Mark McGuire swinging Albert Bell's bat, riding Lance Armstrong's bike, and the media plays ball. Without the fourth branch, as I led the Million Masked Man March while in critical condition. This video, you don't get it. That these videos, I'm in critical condition, given no chance to live. Fighting for my life, laying right here on the grass is Dr. Mitchell, that beautiful soul. I kept calling for the results, and they're like, you need to talk to the doctor. I'm like, fuck, I'm dead. It's over. You can hear the crackle in her voice. Kevin, we want to talk to you. The heavy chemo in my jugular vein, in that intense room, ICU unit from hell, tubes in there that go right down to a Pacific Pharmacy. That place is so intense and blow your mind as so many people right here died. As now we know the French mapping, we got hammered. It was my militancy and me fighting and arguing with these fucking doctors. There's this Vacara, I will knock that fucker out. This Brownpa, oh, I'll fucking get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna sue the fuck out of these fucking mouths fuckers. I was right there looking out, up across the benches, all these houses that I stuck at, all this thing. You know, I was having my PET scan right over here. They're bizarro, by the way. And the daughter's like, you need to go to your happy place. And I says, oh, that's easy. This used to be Glassman's Pond. 1978, this beautiful, progressive, incredible America that our parents handed us. Now the cash economy is bigger than the real economy. All the earmarks of a third world country, environmental poisoning, military industrialized complex, corruption as the thesis, no media, hijacked, stolen media. If you don't believe me, think about the people that are going to jail in Japan for simply talking. Just saying the word Fukushima. To tell the truth is to die. Michael Hastings, Aaron Swartz, Pat Tillman. To be a Rob Lyne evil fucker is to be an oligarch god. I said that in front of the White House. John Hurley, head of the National Press Corps, was there. Come up, put his arm around me, Kevin. He says, I used to think when I grew up in the South, my daddy said, you'd be afraid of men in white robes. I know Now, you be afraid of man in black robes. They've been hijacked because they think they're on the winning team. Fukushima, the great equalizer, is a genocide event on humans. Cancer rates will spike, which they already are spiking dramatically hardcore. Chernobyl killed 40 million people. The UN will tell you 4,400. This is the hijack because these same people, Steve Chinese Jobs. All his money can. Another minute by. By the way, that was hijacked. Kansas did not write this song. It was a Native American song. How this works, I'll tell you how this works. This is the perfect storm because the left is pro-nuclear. The right is pro-nuclear. The dogmatism, the fools, Kool-Aid, lock, stock, barrel. The medical industry hijacked because of poverty, because we went to NAFTA, no tariffs. I can break it all down. This is a serious fucking genre with a serious fucking thesis. And any of you that are fighting this disease and you get the results like it is your worst fucking nightmare. Yeah, your whole life is over. Your education, your career, everything you work for in the future, it's done. I'm here to tell you, it's over, it's done. And you better go on fucking, I've been on survival mode for 31 months. These videos reflect it. I'm not on survival mode anymore. Dr. Fimbo Peterson, who saved my life, told me 2 weeks ago, Kevin, I'm not for sure, but it's a miracle and your fight has been incredible. And my 40-year experience, I've never seen anything like this. Your militancy, your fight, and the truth. My intense focus on this subject matter. My subconscious just sucked up everything from birth. My father being nuked to death, all of it. I sucked it all up. And by the way, quit calling soldiers heroes. They are victims. Alan Greenspan worked in Symphony, the greatest terrorist in human history, who used to follow around Ayn Rand, Paul Ryan. What's that cartoon character in Kentucky? These morons that have stole the fill. She was a science fiction writer. A science fiction writer who was on Publicis Co-op. They've hijacked it, crushed the economy. Bill Walmart Clinton signing after, so you have to have a career. You want a career, so you join the military. You're not heroes, you're victims. Colin Powell lies. All these people lies. These fucking doctors in here fucking lie. They don't care. Cut and gut. Give me fucking 6,000. I cannot say enough about LDS, which the Mormon Church does not own. And the Mormon Church needs to get their fucking names the fuck off of it. They don't fucking do anything. They did nothing for me. Nothing. And Abraham Hunsaker the first is my great. Without him, there is no Mormon Church. These fuckers are just like they imagine. They've been hijacked. They're devils in hairspray. They did nothing for me. Turned the other fucking cheek. Rooted for me to die. As I put up with so much fucking heavy content on this video, if you knew what I put up with, people sending emails, ain't you dead yet? Oh, this fucking connecting the dots, rooting for me to die. All these people rooting for me to die because, oh, I didn't smoke weed, I took chemo. I'm alive, fuckers. I'm alive through my militancy because I knew the Native American thesis. I knew the nuclear fallout is one thing. It affects every living thing, organism, every living cell on Earth. Every cell on Earth. It is a genocide. And when it gets into your body, it throws the electromagnetism haywire. I have an activist in Alaska I talked to this morning. He says 1 in 100 are mutated out of the salmon. Old fishermen in the industry. I have John Kirk in Vancouver. I have Joe in Long Beach. These are people that live on the water. Point Reyes, John, all of them. This is a genocide event. And it's pockets. It's pockets. The KOK study that came out that I got leaked to me. The stuff that was leaked to me, why fighting for critical condition in my room, out my side. You type in Blue Castle nuclear facility. Oh, is that the best activist? They hate my guts. You're going to get me with a central line hanging out of my chest from a bone marrow transplant center. I put the dagger in their lives. Huntsman should go to jail. San Onofre, I'm the one. Packed that house in critical condition with Joni Ray because people were watching it. My compelling story from my room, fighting for my life. They packed that joint. People come up, can I get my picture with you? I can have a picture. I'm the one that leaked this stuff to the media. While in critical condition, my activism never stopped. I led the Million Masked Man March in critical condition. Down Constitute Action with a police escort. I said, I woke up a sleeping giant anonymous. I've been all over because I never gave up because the cells turn on. The electromagnetism that goes in your body, very nuclearism, it throws your wiring all the fuck. And it turns these free radicals on and it's time to die. And they go to work to kill you and they kill you fast. You have no time to fight back. You're dead. I've watched it. I'm head of our support group. Was. People go in there, oh, they're in denial. God's will is going to save me and it doesn't save them. I'm the last one of our group alive. The only one of our group alive. And anybody that's going through this and you're getting the bone marrow biopsy, I laid right here. I was so scared. It was the scariest day of my life. I thought for sure it was over because they had given up on me. The chemo, I was not responding. They They chemoed me so hard the pigment out of my eyes, like the Great Salt Lake in the Springtime Doll. It was so hard, it was so painful, it was so struggle. It's been struggle. I've been on, but I'm not on survival mode anymore, I don't think. Finbo says, I think maybe you've done it. I hope. You're the biggest walking miracle of my career, and you're talking one of the greatest oncologists maybe in world history. He's the one that helped me decide, not as my prayers and my spiritual poem. And I held on to my dreams that I had before I got cancer, and my Danish philosophy. Vincent Hansen and Fimbo Peterson, both Danes from the same thing as my grandparents. I held on to that. I'm not going to die. My daughter, she says, I don't think I had a dream too. She laid in that hospital room right there with me that night. Dad, I don't think you're going to die. I held on to that. And if you're getting ready to have that bone marrow biopsy, and that's the only way they can tell. You know, these biopsies, don't let them, if you have a tumor, don't let them go in it. Don't have it cut out until it gets properly diagnosed, and make sure you tell the pathologist, hey, what about de novo leukemia? Because it's a death sentence because they get it wrong. Brian Morris, they sent home to die, lived. I'm going to get him on my radio show. These fuckers. Now I'm off survival mode, I hope. It's time to get serious, like I haven't been serious before. Look what I've done. Turned on so many people to the knowledge. If you're getting ready for it, you call me. You talk to me. I will help you. And even if the diagnosis comes back horrible like it did me, you have hope. There's a lot of breakthroughs. You have a lot of people on your side. And not here, I mean, the people that supported me on YouTube from the day, the cards and letters that have flown into there, the people that have stood behind me. It's time to take this to a new level and make these fuckers pay. Fukushima is the greatest cover-up in human history. It's the perfect storm because Japan, Fukushima sits on the Pacific. It sits on the Pacific Rim. The United States is still occupied. The United States of nuclearism, because that's what we are. If you don't believe me, look up Price Anderson. Look up the subsidy. The nuclear cartel makes the bankers look like church mice. I will take these fuckers down. Now it's time to make these motherfuckers pay. My activism is going to a whole new level. I've been on survival mode for 31 months, and you have no idea how intense it's been. I've been afraid to fucking change my clothes. I've been afraid, I mean, my militancy, my set in stone path, my activism I went over, whoa. The intensity on Balco. These lying, evil, scummy fuckers. The cover-up's very, very fucking real. These fuckers are gonna pay. They're all gonna fucking pay. Because they think they're on the winning team. Fukushima, the great equalizer. And the media cycle means shit. It means shit. You know, if we're gonna be activists, let's do this and let's take these fuckers down. And let's save people's lives. Like I said, if you're getting ready to go through it, it's the only way to really know is a bone marrow biopsy. Yeah, they hurt, but not that bad. You can handle the pain. It's the results. And even if the results are horrific, because this is an evil killer from hell, don't you fucking give up. Don't you dare give up. And you get spiritual and you get tense, and don't fight at the causation. It's like Huntsman are still trying to sue me for $1,400. The number one and number two industry in Utah. Tourism, so they don't talk about. Triathletes dying left and right in our bone marrow transplant centers because they come to Moab, Utah to train. 350 open air tests in Nevada. 24,500-year half-lives. You in deniers in Europe. Tsar bomb, Chernobyl. The life expectancy in Chernobyl is 53 years. If Elena's freaking death doesn't wake you fuckers up, what this is going to be. She was born in Kiev, in the Ukraine, right after Chernobyl. She world marquee tennis player, one of the greatest tennis players in the world. Dies of liver cancer. Yeah, that happens 30. This is going to be genocide. This is going to kill hundreds of millions of people from cancer. That's a Fukushima. And do I think it's going to play out just like Chernobyl? Nope, I don't. Are they in there entombing it? We know that at least 10,000 people are dead from entombing. We know that people are going to jail. We know that the lie is the greatest cover-up in human history, and I told this fucking tale in detail. No, because this is not Chernobyl. It's much bigger. I think something's going to break, because I thought a marine biologist would break ranks. They haven't. Because they all think they're on the winning team. They're afraid. And their real estate values in California. Let me tell you, when you get cancer, fuck your real estate values. All your money can another minute buys these Chinese jobs. Stand tuned. We'll stay on this on my radio show on Thursday. Because I lived to tell. 1986, 2011, Fukushima, Chernobyl. Yeah, it was on the Pacific Rim. It was right there. They were able to push it into the Pacific Ocean. They were able to push it into the Pacific Ocean. They were able to cover it up because we occupy, and this is the United States of nuclearism. The medical system is grotesque. I saw the worst of the worst and the best of the best. Thank you to Dr. Vincent Hansen for saving my life. Dr. Finbo Peterson. It wasn't for my last name. My anti-nuclear thesis, Vincent put in a lot of work on me. He overrode a lot of people. He pissed a lot of people off. He's a very humble, old man who hasn't freaking retired. A true Christian. Finbo overrode a lot of people. He believed in me. He understood. We talked about my dream that I had before. We talked about my Danish philosophy. We talked about downwinders. We talked about my father. We talked about all this. Both those men believed in me. They believed in me. My nurses, everybody at LDS, like I said, the Mormon Church doesn't own it. It's Danish Flat, East 8. If you have AML leukemia, highly recommend them. They take the worst of the worst, the hardcore. It's overflowing in there. We have a major cancer rash epidemic post-Fukushima here. Like I said, Paul, Carla, Judy, all of my beautiful friends who are all in incredible physical condition, all very spiritual. We all got sick at the same time. I'm the only one left alive. It's a killer from hell. It's going to kill so many of you and you don't even know it yet. The dogmatism out there, Fukushima, the greatest cover-up, is a capitulation to everything wrong with this country. Alan Greenspan, the Fed, all of it hijacked. The free baby boomers on Balco. Stay tuned.